Welcome back. I'm here with Football League editor Pascal Lemaire to talk about Sunday's championship match between Fulham and Blackburn. Start with the visitors, Pascal, just outside the relegation zone and still looking for that first win of the season.
Yeah, it's been a really tough start for Blackburn, hasn't it? And you have to say that I think the only positive thing from August really was that they managed to keep Jordan Rhodes. They lost Rudy Gusted to Aston Villa, but the fact they managed to keep him, is decent for them. There wasn't any deadline day action for them. They've got the transfer embargo hanging over their head, and now that the loan window's open, you expect Gary Bow will probably be able to dip into that and try and sign someone who could make a difference. But I said it when I was talking about Bolton, this loan window, there's going to be a lot of clubs going for extra players, and teams like Blackburn and Bolton that are down there struggling for wins, struggling for goals. I think there'll be more appealing options for the sort of Premier League's best sort of players that are available for loans. So it'll be interesting to see if they can get anyone good in. Last time out they did play Bolton, the other struggling Lancashire team, and it was a 0-0 draw. That didn't really surprise me, a 0-0 in that game at all. Both sides have had a really tough start to the season, struggle for goals, struggle for wins. Still, both sides still looking for their first win, so 0-0 there. I mean, this game offers them a slight chance of getting that first win, but a team like Blackburn, who've lost their best player from last season in Gusted, and they just look a little bit light. I think they've still got, on paper, an okay squad, but they just haven't really proven that they've got enough to win games this season, and they might be in for a real struggle.
So Blackburn looking for that first win. Fulham got their first win of the season last time out, but do you reckon they'll be content with their start to the campaign?
I don't think they will be. They're sitting in the bottom half, 14th there. I mean, their first win of the season last time out was against Rotherham, who are bottom of the table and probably the worst team in the league. So it's always good to get that first win, but I'm sure Kit Simons would have wanted it to come a lot sooner than it did. And I talk about Blackburn not doing much on deadline day, neither did Fulham. But the big thing for them, I talk about Blackburn keeping Rhodes. Fulham managing to keep McCormack is huge for them, because even though he's got off to a slow start this season, we know he's a proven championship striker at this level. He didn't score as many as perhaps Fulham wanted last season after they spent 11 million on him, but he still did score a lot of goals for them, set up goals as well, and he needs to hit form soon because he's had a slow start to the season. They brought in Richard Stearman from Wolves, which will be okay sign. Defence is where they did really struggle last season. They've now signed Tim Ream, Richard Stearman from Bolton and Wolves respectively, and certainly there'll be two players who much more used to the Championship than some of their other players who they signed, say foreign players, when they were in the Premier League. So hopefully that sort of Championship experience will help them be able to keep more clean sheets. That's what they need to do. They shouldn't struggle for goals with the likes of McCormack up there, but they need to keep a lot more clean sheets if they're going to have any chance of getting towards the playoffs.
What's your score prediction for this match?
Yeah, it should be another tight one. I mean, Blackburn, I can't see them ending there. Look for a win here. I think it'll be a Fulham win, 1-0.
Sportsman are going for a 1-0 win for Fulham.